Good evening, everyone. It's just after 7 o'clock. We're going to call to order the February 23rd, 2026 meeting of the Legislation and Administration Committee. Would everyone please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Madam Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Jason Marsh.
Here.
Jared Ferrari.
Here.
Steve Spillane.
Here.
Kelly Malazzi.
Here.
Carl Massaro.
Here.
Tony Dorsey.
Here.
Mary Isaac.
Here.
Mike Buswell.
Here. Sorry, couldn't unclick it.
Thank you.
Just because I don't want to be the odd man out, I too would like to thank our DPW workers today. They did an excellent job. And I will say I was out shoveling my driveway and the plow truck came by and purposely avoided plowing the bottom of my driveway in. So kudos to that gentleman. Forever in my good graces. All right, so let us get down to business here. Mr. Massaro, would you please bring resolution TC 31-29 to the floor?
Sure. Resolution TC 31-29, be it resolved that First Selectman Vicky A. Tesoro is hereby authorized to sign the commitment to fund for the Old Town Road at Quarry Road intersection improvement project, as well as all subsequent amendments, reports, and related documents in order to administer and implement the project. There's a full resolution attached to the agenda.
Thank you.
Second, Kelly Malazzi.
Oh, jumped all over that. Is Mr. Maurer here to speak to that?
I am.
Bill, the floor is yours.
So this is a LOTSIP grant for the signal at Quarry Road and Old Town. That is one of our oldest signals in town, and we've had a lot of problems with it. So we have a grant funding to redo that intersection, replace the signal, put in some sidewalks. And it's I believe it's 1.5 million, give or take. And that's so it's a LOTSIP grant, so the construction is paid for by the state and the design is paid for by the town.
What is the cost of the design?
It's roughly 200,000.
Okay. Are there any Mr. Dorsey, I see you have your hand raised.
Thank you, Chairman. Just for the design, has that been built into the capital plan that we just passed, or is that going to be supplemental funds?
I believe it's in the capital plan.
Okay, I'll have to check. And is the grant approved, or are we applying for the grant?
The grant is approved as long as we sign the letter of acceptance.
Okay. And when would the construction need to be completed by?
It's a long process for the design. It's probably going to be a couple of years out.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Ferrari.
Yeah, quick question. This is my district. On the sidewalks there, so it was a little spotty in the detail, but it said it's going to connect. I know there's one coming out of the park. There's one that's going over the bridge. Is it going to connect all those sidewalks together?
So there's the sidewalks on the north side of the road, which comes down, that will connect to the Quarry Road side. And there's actually there's a bus pullover that we're looking on Quarry Road too.
Okay, so it won't connect down to the park, kind of where Bridgeport.
No, it will not connect down to the park.
Okay.
There's a trail connection there that does connect to the park. That's right down a little further.
Gotcha. Yep.
Are there any other questions for Mr. Maurer or about the grant itself? All right, seeing none, can we pass this on to council by unanimous consent?
No objection.
No objection.
No objections.
Okay, this passes by unanimous consent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maurer. Ms. Malazzi, would you please bring resolution TC 31-30 to the floor?
Certainly, Mr. Chair, Resolution TC 31-30. Be it resolved that the submission of the funding application for the Underage Nicotine Prevention Program, UNPP, Community Mini Grants is hereby authorized, and be it further resolved that Vicky A. Tesoro, First Selectman, is hereby identified as the individual authorized to sign the application and all subsequent amendments, reports, and related documents to administer and implement the project. Full resolution attached.
All right. Is Ms. McGarry here?
I second, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Tony. I
You're
apologize.
No problem.
Yes, yes,
Melissa McGarry is here to speak.
yes,
to this.
Chairman, I'm here. Good evening. Yes, this request is for TPOD to apply for one of the 5 underage nicotine prevention program mini grants that are being given out in Region 1. It's a 1-year, $10,000 nicotine prevention grant, which we would use to continue our education and our education efforts, our retail access reduction efforts, and our distribution of cessation resources to those who want to quit.
Mr. Dorsey?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the grant application here, recognizing the how popular vapes are. In addition to the nicotine, will there be education as part of into the schools as well? So making sure that we cover every possible form of communication.
Yes, we are already in 7th grade health classes, working with 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, and 12th grade. So we will continue that. This is just additional funds to use state dollars for a lot of what we're already doing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Isaac?
I should have looked this up, Melissa, but is this new this year, this grant, or is this a continuation? Because I know you've obviously used other grants for this purpose before, but is this another one that we're reaching out to?
This is a new grant that's being paid out of Juul settlement dollars that the state received and then have been funneled down to the regional behavioral health action organization. So there's 5 regions in Connecticut. Each region has 5 grants to give out. And this is the first time this money has been being distributed this way.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. McGarry, understanding that we will get to this at the council, but is there any need for emergency legislation on this, assuming it passes?
Yes, the application is due March 20th. So I think we do need to act on it at the next town council meeting.
Great, thank you. Are there any other questions or comments about this application? Okay, again, seeing none, I would ask if we could pass this on to the full council by unanimous consent.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Great. 2 for 2. Mr. Dorsey, would you please bring resolution TC 31-31 to the floor?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. TC 31-31. Be it resolved that the submission of the funding application for the Building Resilient Youth and Communities with Prevention BRYCWP program is hereby authorized, and be it further resolved that Vicky A. Tesoro, First Selectman, is hereby identified as the individual authorized to sign the application and all subsequent amendments, reports, and related documents to administer and implement the project. Full resolution is attached.
Second, Kelly Malasey.
Ms. McGarry, you're up again, looks like.
Yes, thank you. This resolution is to allow TPOD to apply for a larger grant that's being given out by the Connecticut Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services. They have issued an RFP for 10 grants statewide, $125,000 a year for 5 years to address underage drinking and an additional substance, which we have identified as cannabis for Trumbull. So this would allow us to use those funds to actually pay a full-time staff person. It would continue the data collection, student survey efforts that we do, as well as continue funding all of the prevention work that we've been doing over the last, since 2006. It would also need emergency because the application is due on March 20th.
Okay, and this is the 5-year, $125,000
Yes.
grant.
Yes.
Any questions or comments on this resolution? All right. Can we pass this one as well by unanimous consent?
No objection.
No objection.
Great.
No
And
objection.
Mrs. McGarry, thank you very much. We say this every time, but it does bear repeating. The work that TPOD does in protecting our kids and our community can't be thanked enough. So thank you for all the work you do.
Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Okay, Mr. Spillane, would you please bring resolution TC 31-32 to the floor?
Certainly. Resolution TC 31-32, be it resolved that the submission of the funding application for the enhanced mobility of seniors and individuals with disabilities of the Federal Transit Administration, Section 5310 program, capital expenses is hereby authorized, and be it further resolved that Vicky A. Tesoro, First Selectman, is hereby identified as the individual authorized to sign the application and all subsequent amendments, reports, and related documents in order to administer and implement the project. Full resolution attached.
Second, Kelly Malazzi.
All right, I see Michelle Jacob in the Zoom here, so I believe the floor is yours.
Hi, good evening. I'm back for my annual request. I think I'm on the agenda 3 times tonight. So this grant is for, this is 5310 Department of Transportation, and this capital grant is for the purchase of a new vehicle. Every 5 years, it is recommended that our senior center buses are replaced. We pay a 20% match on the vehicle. So after 5 years, we can either keep the vehicle or we can sell it to make up the 20% that we originally spent. So the grant is due at the end of March. We would like to apply to replace our smallest vehicle at the moment, which is a 10-passenger van. It's primarily used for medical appointments and backup throughout the day for senior center, any kind of transportation we provide. The vehicle, we could have applied 2 years ago, but because of COVID, everything's kind of slowed down. So we're just catching up and applying to replace it now. I do have the support of Aaron in the garage, our fleet manager. And I believe the cost of a new one would be around $141,000. 20% of that, what is that? I had it in front of me, I'm sorry. Was it 28? That we lease over 5 years. I was going to see if we could actually look at purchasing a smaller vehicle that is around $70,000. We just wanted to make sure, although it's accessible, that our seniors would be able to get into it. It's a Ford Transit, and it's kind of a van that you step into. We wanted to try something smaller. We're just speaking with other communities who have made that purchase to see if it's something that would work for our seniors.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned that the town has the option of keeping the old van or selling it. Is the intention to sell the old van to offset the 28,000?
That's something I would want to have a conversation with probably, the garage and also the First Selectman's office. I know in the past, 2 of our vehicles have gone to the police department. I know they use them for the, I forgot their name. They're the junior cadets so the police department actually uses a lot of our vans and has gone through them. I can find out what their intent is actually.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Dorsey, I saw you had your hand raised. You still have a question?
You answered, you asked the same question I had about reselling the van. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Any other questions or comments? All right, I would ask again, can we pass this by unanimous consent?
No objection.
No objections.
Fantastic. Mr. Ferrari, can you please bring resolution TC 30-33 to the floor?
Helps if I'm not muted. Resolution TC 30-33, be it resolved that the submission of the funding application for the enhanced mobility of seniors and individuals with disabilities of the Federal Transit Administration, Section 5310 program operating funds is hereby authorized, and be it further resolved that Vicky A. Tesoro, First Selectman, is hereby identified as the individual authorized to sign the application and all subsequent amendments, reports, and related documents in order to administer and implement the project. Full resolution attached.
Do you have a second? Going once.
Second, Dorsey.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Jacob.
Second grant through the Department of Transportation. We've been getting this grant consistently, probably since maybe 2018. This is an operating expense grant, and Trumbull isn't a location where we can apply for this, which is wonderful. I get to bill the state for our transportation services. We bill right now at about $41 an hour for certain services that we provide. The match is, I believe the match is 50%. I can't believe I forgot that. But the match we consider is the transportation provided to and from the senior center is provided by the town. All other transportation, doctor's appointments, shopping, leisure trips, barbershop, bank, etc., all of that is billed to the state per hour. I believe we will be applying for maybe another 40 to 45,000 for the year.
Okay, and is this one submitted at the end of March as well?
This is also due the end of March, correct?
Okay. Does that, just because I'm slow, does that mean you need emergency legislation on this or no?
I'm ashamed to say I still don't understand when I need to ask for it. I thought as long as that the grant was due prior to the council meeting, I didn't, but it's due, I believe, March 27th or 31st are the dates. And I'm sorry, I can't access my computer tonight. It's before the next meeting. Does that require emergency legislation?
I'm going to defer to Attorney Shopik on that.
I think the question really goes to Margaret, the clerk, as to when it'll be published. It's 15 days from publication that it becomes effective if it's not emergency. If it's emergency, it becomes effective immediately upon.
Well, why don't we just do emergency just to be, there's no harm in doing emergency legislation. So we're going to do that.
Unless somebody wants to bring a petition for a referendum to.
Well, I wouldn't put anything past the people these days, but I feel confident that we can slide this one by. All right.
For that.
Is there any other
I
discussion
appreciate the explanation too.
on this resolution? Seeing none, I would ask that we pass this by unanimous consent as well.
No
No
objection.
objection. No objection.
All right, coming back around, Ms. Malazzi, would you please read the last resolution, TC-30-34, please?
Certainly, Mr. Chair. Resolution TC 30-34, be it resolved that the submission of the funding application for the Caregiver Services Grant is hereby authorized, and be it further resolved that Vicky A. Tesoro, First Selectman, is hereby identified as the individual authorized to sign the application and all subsequent amendments, reports, and related documents in order to administer and implement the project. Full resolution attached.
Second, Tony Dorsey.
Thank you, Tony. Ms. Jacob, last one.
Right, final grant through the Southwestern Connecticut Agency on Aging. We apply for this grant every year. I'll probably be applying anywhere between 7,500 to maybe 12,000. It all depends on the amount of funds that they get. Funds have been cut over the years. And basically with these funds, it just supplements our current budget, helps, keep us staffed, and it allows us to provide programming and services for caregivers. So anyone who is a caregiver can come to social services, get resources that they need. We get them connected to programs and resources.
Great. Any questions?
I do need to request emergency legislation on this one.
This was the one I
It
was
is
not
due-
going to do emergency legislation on, but since you asked.
It is due March 19th, so.
All right, well, we will make them all emergency legislation for you. Any questions or comments on this resolution? No? Can we do unanimous consent one last time?
No
No,
objection.
Objections.
Fantastic. They all pass. That concludes, I'm out of resolution, so that concludes our
Thank you.
meeting here. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Kelly Malazzi.
second,
Second,
Tony. Oh, sorry, Carl.
Carl Massaro, second.
All right, we are adjourned. Enjoy your snowy winter evening and good luck shoveling, and be careful. It was very slippery on driveways earlier, so please be careful.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jason.
Take care.
Good night. Good night.